First bite. Get him. There's one. Oh, he's got it. Get him. He's starting. I think I got one. Oh, I definitely got one. Is he still on? He's on. Oh, where is he? Welcome back, everybody. So this is day 2 of us fishing with our urchin baits. The other day we went out with the Berkley Moeba and did very well. I hadn't done a ton of research as far as like rigging or anything else like that. I had just seen that pros were using treble hooks for them because the hookup ratio wasn't phenomenal on them. And so we kind of went out there and just learned some stuff. And we might have stumbled on something that works insanely well. So make sure to watch this all the way through and might help you catch more fish. But so as far as the urchin lures, so I fish with the Berkley Moeba, which is not one of the TPE lures are made out of that plastic. It's made out of the Maxent stuff, so not quite as indestructible as that TPE stuff. And it also doesn't float. It sinks very slowly because of all those appendages, but it does sink. One thing that I had seen with a lot of people is that they were throwing it with a treble hook. My thought on the treble hook is it worked really well as far as hookup ratio, but it wasn't crazy good. It was, I think we missed 4 or 5, a couple came off, so we were probably pushing like 60-ish, 70%, something like that. And I guess my thought on it is that a lot of times when you're throwing this out, if the only thing you have is a treble hook, it is rolling over because you just have more weight, center of gravity, so it just starts falling over, and we would end up with the hooks getting lodged into rock quite a bit, and by halfway through the day, the edges or the hook points were kind of blunted. So we ended up switching out hooks, all that stuff. So what we ended up doing is putting a drop shot weight at the bottom to keep that bait vertical and to hopefully have those hooks stay up so that they're driven in the roof of the fish's mouth a little bit easier. And oddly enough, we went 3 for 3, 100%. Every fish that bit, we hooked, we brought into the boat. Today we're in the kayak, but we brought it into the boat. So we might have stumbled onto something. I haven't seen, again, the other day I looked to see if anybody had thrown it like this. I didn't see anybody. So this might be brand new. And if it is brand new, we're claiming it. It's going to be the 608 rig. Hopefully that catches on. If somebody else did it first, correct me, and we'll most certainly give them credit. But we kind of stumbled on this by ourselves. So the way that this rig I set up, so it not being the TPE, it wasn't super durable. I kind of imagined that going into it because I've used tons of flat Maxent stuff in the past, like the flatworms and everything else like that. Love them, but they aren't super durable. They will get beaten up. With this being 15 bucks, I didn't want that to happen, so I ended up putting a screw lock on the top and then running our treble through it. So that's great. And then we skin hooked it and absolutely destroyed on the first or second fish. So stop skin hooking it, just put it through the eye of that screw lock, and it held insanely well, really well. But then we had to worry about it sliding off, so we ended up adding a little piece of tubing, and that did phenomenal and is still there. I think that's still the same one from the other day. And then we ended up with the issues of it getting lodged in rocks and everything else like that, and not having the greatest hookup ratio. So we ended up putting a screw lock on the bottom and running the smallest drop shot weight on that to keep it vertical. I think it's a 16th ounce. I bought it from like eBay or something like that when I was microfishing last year. So you can find them out there. I think they even go down to like 32nd ounce if you want like a super slow fall. Throwing this with the tiny, the 16th ounce drop shot has a wonderful fall. It's still very slow, so you can still do your finesse stuff, but yeah, it does help casting in the wind. It helps, obviously, getting a little bit deeper if you need to. So this rig might be something. So essentially, you have your urchin bait. I don't know how this is going to work with the TPE stuff, but basically, you go ahead and put a screw lock on the top. You put your treble through it. I use tubing. So this is like the tubing that you can get for like an aerator or something like that. Pet stores, Walmart has them. You need a very small piece. And then you basically thread it on there. I won't do it right now. But thread it on there and then cut it down to size. You can cut it to whatever size you want. It doesn't have to be very big at all. It holds on there super well. So you have that. And then basically you're putting that other screw lock on the underside, and then putting on your drop shot weight. So it kind of sits like that. And it did really, really well for us. So yesterday we went 3 for 3. Today, this is the only way we are fishing to see if we do just as well. And maybe this might be the best way to rig this guy, or one of the best ways, I guess. But let's get out in the kayak, see if we can't catch a couple, and see if this thing's worth everybody else trying too. Wait. Get him. We're gonna keep him hooked up. Oh, we're surviving some jumps, that's for sure. All right, first bite, first catch, right in the roof of the mouth. Dude, I'm telling you, there might be something to this. Right to the roof. And in all honesty, the thing I learned about fishing this urchin bait the other day, we got any spawn? No, still no spawn. The thing I learned about the urchin bait the other day, let him go, was that you just have to let them eat it just a second longer than you typically would with like a Senko or something like that. And doing that, I was nervous about, obviously, you know, gut hooking some fish and whatnot, and gut hooking with a treble is awful. But I think with that little weight, it prevents it. Almost similar to like a jig head. I've done that like forever. Anytime you're fishing for like bullhead, they will absolutely inhale the thing and get gut hooked. If you add a jig head, just a little bit of weight prevents them from sucking that down so quickly. So I haven't had a single issue with them being gut hooked or anything else like that, waiting an extra second to make sure that they have that bait. So, all right, we're still 100% for fishing this bait. Have not missed one, have not had one come off. Feel like a genius right now. See how many more we can catch tonight. Inevitably, at some point in time, we'll miss one. I'm sure of it. One. Oh, he's got it. Get him. He started swimming with it. I don't think he's real big. Oh. He's got a wake to him, though. Oh, he did throw it. Shoot. We're 1 for 2. That's how we lost a lot of them, though. A lot of them are lost on whenever they jump, and I don't know if it's just a short shank from obviously the treble hook or what, but that's 2 fish. We're 50% now. Shoot. How unfortunate. But they're still biting, and they should start biting better even yet going into dusk. But, and I guess one thing to note with this too is it's not that much different from inserting a nail weight into these baits. Obviously a nail weight, if you're going to push it in and out, it probably is going to, especially in the Berkley Moeba, it's going to loosen up, and at some point in time you're probably going to throw those weights and stuff like that. So not great as far as that goes. This does allow you the opportunity when you have that screw lock on the bottom to go ahead and change out those drop shot weights if you have multiple sizes and stuff like that, so you aren't like stuck with one. And especially if you're super gluing those nail weights in there, you're stuck with that one. So unless you buy a bunch, you're kind of locked in there. But this does give you a little bit more versatility as far as that goes. But we need to catch some more. We need to not miss anymore. Could have done a little bit better job preventing that one from jumping, but not a bad one. I think I got one. Oh, I definitely got one. She's still on. He's on. Where is he? Get him. Oh boy. Calm down. Look at that mouth full of Moeba. All right. I don't even know where this one's at. There he is. Easy. Little guy. Oh. There we go. That's a little bit better. Little guy, but still a fish. We're 2 for 3. And our rig very much holding together. that little piece of tubing saved our bait, because it definitely would have come off that time. I love that tubing. It's just like the perfect bit of toughness, and still like being able to make it really, really small and able to put on the hook really easily. Does a phenomenal job. There we go. That's 3 bites, 2 fish. Can't imagine there's another one in this tiny little pool, but you never know. Oh, got one. He's got it. He's got it. He's swimming with it. Get him. Get him. There we are. Get in the kayak. All right. All right. All right. And again, he might have had that for a second, and I think because of that weight, just barely in the roof of the mouth. Oh, we actually hooked him again. There we go. Just barely in the roof of the mouth. Nice little 1.5, maybe, probably not quite 1 3/4. Let him go. I'm telling you, you're able to let them eat it a little bit longer. I think that max scent makes them want to keep it in their mouth a little bit longer. That little weight helps prevent you from gut hooking them. They are able to get it just a little bit further in their mouth, so that when you do set that hook, I think you just get a few more of them to the kayak or the boat. You guys, I think people should try this guy out. If you haven't tried it this way, and in all honesty, I wouldn't recommend using the Moebas without a screw lock, because I don't think you should lose a $15 bait probably off of like 1 or 2 fish. And I think that's what would happen unless you like directly rig it in the middle. But that screw lock keeps them on forever. The other day, I don't know how many we caught, 7, 10, something like that. And we've caught, 3 or whatever today. And that thing is holding tight, and same with the weight on the bottom. So if you're using a screw lock on top, that literally the only difference is putting a screw lock on the bottom with a little drop shot. And I don't think it looks weird for that bait at all, because it just looks like another appendage. So I think we're on to something with this. I really do. I'm getting more and more confident with it in every fish that we get in. And I think we're what now, 3 for 4, 75%. Let's keep her going. Got another one. Almost the same spot. Got him. Not the same spot, but we literally are 2 paddles away from where we got the last one. That one, I didn't let eat as long because I wasn't sure when it had bit. And that is one of the first ones we got like in the corner of the mouth. He was much more in the weeds, so I didn't want to let him run too far. But there we go. Another one. 80%, 4 for 5. Ooh, and it wouldn't be Wisconsin if you didn't get some weather that you didn't expect. We were not supposed to get rain, and this is becoming more than a sprinkle. Yep. Don't let him jump. Oh gosh, and we let him jump 5 times. Ah! Oh, I think he... Oh, for a second I thought he pinned his mouth shut. There we go. Another one right in the roof. What's that? 5 for 6? I'm not that good with fractions, so we're not going percent-wise after this. We just know that we've only missed one. All right. And again, our bait is still holding up quite well. Let's see how many more we can get in the next hour, hour and a half. We still haven't gotten a big one yet, so I hope that happens. I think the biggest thing we've caught on these guys is like a 3-pounder, maybe, something like that. 2 3/4. But I'm sure there will be another one. This might be the end of this Moeba. We ended up getting her hooked into a tree. So let's hope for the best. Oh no, she's stuck. She is stuck. One on the opposite side of the tree. Hoping to get her out. I don't think that's going to be the case. Oh, hold on. What? We moved something. I don't know what it was. I don't think we're getting her unstuck though. I have to imagine she's wedged between two branches because we did not set a hook or anything like that. So I'm pretty sure she just got stuck. This might be the end. We do have one more, so we'll probably set that one up, but how unfortunate. Didn't even lose it because of a fish or anything, just because it got stuck. Oh buddy, you better believe it. They call that a tree footer. Oh, I can't believe it. Look, jeez, that was a big old stick. Well, we're gonna move from here, but I can't believe she survived that. How do our hooks look? And they are all still sticky sharp. Well, that is wonderful. Let's see if we can't catch a couple more before dark. There's one. Get him. Oh, is that a good one? Stay down. Stay down. No, it's not. It's not that good. It's an okay one. Oop. The way he boiled immediately, I thought it was a monster. All right. Holy cow. We got him real good. Still just in the roof of the mouth. Come on. Right there. There we are. That'll be the one we end on. A little 2 1/4. Probably not quite 2 1/2. Everything really slowed down as soon as... Oh, gosh. As soon as the rain stopped, everything slowed down immensely. But let's go ahead and take a look at our bait. Get rid of our slime. But so we ended up with, I don't know, like I think it was 8 fish. 8? That sounds right. And we missed one out of all of them. And that was because it jumped. So I guess notes to take, try and keep the fish down as much as possible. I think a lot of that has to do with just, obviously you don't have quite the same pressure with a treble as you do like a single, like an EWG or flipping hook or anything else like that. So, in a shorter shank, so it's probably a little bit easier for them to come unpinned once they do jump. But as far as our hook points, they are all sticky sharp still. So again, I think that it has to do with the fact that because we do have that little drop shot on the bottom, it doesn't roll over as much. So you aren't grabbing the rocks, you aren't grabbing the trees quite as often. But if you guys haven't tried, we're going with the 608 until somebody tells me that they've already done this and it's named something else. But I haven't seen anybody do it. It's basically like a deconstructed Chica rig, to be honest. I mean, instead of having that drop shot attached to your eye, you have it attached to the bottom of the bait. I think this is a little bit better. Makes it fall a little bit more natural. I'm sure you can use the Chica rig and it would probably do just fine also. But I would most certainly go ahead and try this guy out. It's super easy to rig up. It's lasted forever. We've used this same Moeba for, I don't know, it's got to be going on almost 20 some fish. It still is doing very well. For the most part, the biggest rips in there were when we had skin hooked it. So I wouldn't even do that, to be honest. I would just put it right on through the spring keeper and let it ride. But yeah, try her out. Did really well for me. If you do try it out, make sure to comment down below how you did with it. If it somehow didn't work for you, let me know. Or if there's any sort of tips, tricks, or anything else like that that you guys have had for these guys, share them in the comment section below so everybody can go ahead and try something a little bit new. But as always, if you guys like the video, if you wouldn't mind liking, and if you want to see more videos like it, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, that'd be greatly appreciated also. Till next one.